Yo, what's going on with you YouTube? Jumpin' Chris here, but coming back at y'all with another vid, guys. And sometimes what we like to do on the channel, sometimes we like to do some holds, some sells. When's a good time to buy? Will the price go up? Is gonna drop down anytime soon? But we gotta talk about the Yuto's SB Nike Dunks, guys. They just released on all places. Skate shops was on Friday, and then yesterday was on the sneakers app. So the sneakers app did had about 49,000 pairs, which doesn't seem a lot. I think from what I was hearing that accumulating these were only about 50-something thousand pairs. Some skate shops had, they took a little bit of the chunk, and then most of the pairs was on sneakers app. So there are only 50,000 pairs out there worldwide. That's usually how it is on SBs, like the SB4s, the Horitos. Every SBs are actually pretty limited. Actually, this year in 2023, I feel like SB has been the only hype sneakers that's been kind of doing well, especially on every release. They always sell out. They're always going for a little bit of bread. Everybody's going crazy for SBs. But with these, man, these SBs here, the Yutos, this is actually my personal favorite. Like, this is actually what I really like, and I think these things are a clean freaking looking shoe, guys. I think everyone's gonna like it. The subtleness of the colorway is really nice. The storytelling as well, and plus it's an SB. Now, with that being said, will the price go up? Will it go down? When is the best time to buy? I actually think a couple days before the release, because releases, like, I was actually trying to buy pairs, from people that was hitting on skate shops. Most sizes around that 350 range, even, size 9 or smaller sizes, they're around that low 300s. And then what happened? The sneakers app happened. A lot of people end up taking L's. And what does that cause? That impulse panic buying stage that we're at right now. Prices went up a little bit. Most pairs are around that mid 300s. Smaller size, of course, like a size 8, they're at 300. Size 9.5 is at 380. I was actually buying pairs at 350, so I feel like I had a little come up. In a size 10 or like at 390, again, I was buying them at 350, 340 mark. In a bigger size, the size 11.5 is around that 420, and the size 12 is also around that 420. And I expect we might see a little dip in the next few weeks once all the pairs kind of move, but it's not gonna really move that much. So honestly, I probably think this is going to be one of the best times to buy right now. I know a lot of people are gonna say also too, well, look at other SBs that came out, like the Crenshaws and also the Horitos. We saw a little bit of dip after the release. So if you want to wait, you can wait about a week or two, but don't wait too long, because I feel like with this shoe here, with the hype it was, the hype was for real in how limited they were and how clean this shoe is. And I actually really think people are actually going to wear this shoe. So the more people wear these things, the less pairs are out there, causes the market kind of go up. And like I was saying, I feel like bigger sizes are going to stay at that 400 mark or high 300s, if anything. So if you want to buy them now, you might lose like a couple dollars. They'll go down, but these things probably will go up, just saying. Especially even like during like holiday season. We're about to get into that slow mark right now, because we're just we're getting out of back to school season. September to like October is usually a really slow month for businesses, with sales and everything. So it's probably going to be that best time to buy. But man, once we get into that holiday season, I have a feeling these things are going to go up. So if you guys want, yeah, definitely do not sleep. If you guys really want these things, don't think that because they're an SB or they're a dunk, they're going to restock. No, SBs do not restock that often, barely ever. And if they ever do, it's very little bit on what they put on the sneakers app, what they call it, the SB or the dunk reservation. The only SBs that do restock are like stuff that people kind of return, I feel like, like maybe like the Run the Jewels. I mean, we gotten some little, restocks here and there, but it never did anything to the market. And it's very difficult to get. I'm gonna do a little bit of comparison of the Horitos, right? The Horitos are actually one of those shoes, those SBs that just seem like they just keep going up and up and up. It's kind of crazy, I couldn't believe it myself. These things just went crazy up. And I'm seeing prices kind of going down a little bit on the Horitos a little bit, but every time I go to a show or anyone I know that has Horitos, I haven't seen anyone really sell them under ask, you know, or at ask. It's always over. People like to hang on to them. You know, people actually really like these shoes. And I feel like it's almost the same thing. It's pretty close. Now, will the Yutos do the same thing as the Horitos? As price-wise, is it like gonna go crazy, skyrocket up? Probably not that high, but they still have a potential to do something. You know, I still say, I think, you know, we're gonna see small sizes still stay down. I think they're gonna stay at that 350 to high 300 mark, and when they do go up, it's gonna like plateau at like 400. Bigger sizes are going to do pretty well. Like, I think bigger sizes are gonna probably be about, you know, around that mid 400s and even like 500s. And then bigger sizes, sky's the limit. They can do whatever. I mean, look at the Horitos as a size 12. They're like at $700, which is crazy. Personally, I do plan on wanting to at least invest maybe a couple pairs here and there, because like, honestly, this day and age, I really don't like to like hold on to, you know, pairs that often. It's only certain shoes. Like, I do have a couple of the Horitos. I'm starting to let some of them go. I only got a couple left. But the Yutos, I feel like this is going to be a pretty good hold. So, you know, I might get a couple here and there if I can buy it like a 300 or a 320, like mid 300s, see it go up to like mid 400s. So it's a $100 investment on per pair, or at least 50 to 60, something like that. You know, I feel like these things are going to go up. You know, I just have a good feeling that these things are going to go up, and they don't, you know, at least can sell it for how much I pay for it, at least I hope. You know, I don't think these things are going to tank at all. So, you know, if you're worried about that, you know, these things are going to do pretty well. You know, SB is the only thing out there right now that's doing really well on the resale market. So, yeah, and especially even people like to wear these things, you know, and I have a feeling these things are going to be a shoe that people are actually going to want to wear, you know, and you can wear these things throughout the whole entire year, summer, fall, winter, spring, whatever. It's all around great looking shoe. And it just goes with everything, especially, you know, with that mocha color and that little bit of that gray. It just all around great colorway. And I even said it in my opinion. There's some people out there that's gonna disagree, which is fine. But in my opinion, I like the Yutos better than the Horitos. Horitos still a great shoe, don't get me wrong. You know, it's just that I like these things way better. I like, you know, the colorway, everything about these things just looks great, phenomenal. And it doesn't really have that fatty of a tongue either. But, you know, hey, I already did like a full detailed review on the channel. So if you guys want to check that out, you know, so you guys can decide if you guys want these things or not. But again, you know, if you're trying to get it personal, don't wait too long, guys. Do not wait that long. These things will probably go up very, very soon. You know, we've seen it with all the SBs out there. You know, not counting, like, there's trust me, there's some SBs out there that's actually really bad. And there's a lot of shoes nowadays just doesn't really go for anything. The only thing that goes for bread or goes for anything nowadays are the SBs. So, yeah, definitely. I mean, and obviously, guys, if you guys think I'm wrong, do your quick flips, move on to the next. Remember, these things only retail at, it was like 110, 130, something like that on the sneakers app. You know, make your money now and then just move on. I am not a sneaker guru. I cannot tell the future. You know, I do not have like a crystal ball like I can just tell the future and all that stuff. You know, I just go with my past experience and what I go off of. You know, I just have a feeling these things are gonna do kind of like the Horitos in a smaller version. You know, the Horitos just doing crazy numbers for whatever reason, but hey, that's cool, man. I still love these things. Anyway, guys, just want to say, hey, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. If you guys don't mind, please hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if it's your first time here. Comment down below, and please hit that bell for all the notifications when I do drop vids. And don't forget to follow me on all my social media at Chris on IG, sometime on Twitter, and don't forget Snapchat. I'm also on TikTok. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'm Chris. Peace.